Hey guys, what's going on? Nightstorm Gaming 42 here, and today I'm on a new world, so I'm going to just explain first why I changed my name. Changed my name because I thought people might have thought that my old name was racist, which it was not meant to be. So I've changed it, and so on to the video. Today I'm trying out a new mod. It is. So as you can see, the sign says welcome to the Allomancy Lab. So allow me to show you mod options. I am using the Allomancy mod, just enough items can just help. Allomancy mod, which is basically you can use metals to give yourself certain different powers. So this is what I call the Allomancy Lab, where you can make your powers and that where you can make your metals. Here's some practice areas, and there's another practice area over there. So anyway, this bit will come in important later. So anyway, I should probably actually get rid of all this stuff which I used for building it. So yes, I've done that now, and I have got these brass flakes. In this mod, you can use all these different metals to do things. The iron, steel, tin, pewter, zinc, brass, copper, bronze, and you actually can't do things with lead, but lead is the thing that can be used to make some of these metals. So basically, what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to show you how to make an allomantic vial. So I've got a few set up. I'll take this one here, and then leave this in the chest because I'm only going to need one. So basically, in order to make these allomantic vials, what you want is you have to get 3 glass and a wooden slab of any kind. I don't think it matters. I do think it has to be wooden though. So I'll just take this acacia one and I'll show you. So in order to make an allomantic vial, you take this glass here, and then it's as if to make 3 glass bottles. But then you take this wooden slab, put it here, and here you go. You get 3 allomantic vials. So I'm going to take 2 of these, and then put one of them back in the chest here. So now I can do this. So now I'm going to show you how you can make your allomantic mixtures, because you have to drink them through an allomantic vial. So if I take this allomantic vial, and I am what's known as a soother, as a misting. You start out as a misting, which means you can only use one of the metals. And there's something you can do to make yourself a Mistborn, which allows you to use the rest of the metals. So, first of all, you start off with some starter things, like these brass flakes here, okay? So I take these, and I can put them on top. If I put them here, or I'm pretty sure if I just put them anywhere in, it just brings up this allomantic vial with nothing but brass in it. So that's what I want. I'm going to take that. I'm going to put it down here. Now, as you can see, you lose your shavings. But look what happens when you drink this. You see that thing up in the top corner there? Watch that when I drink this. I'm just going to so keep watching that top corner. As you can see, every time I drink, that gets higher. So I'll go on to this later. But first of all, I want to show you what a soother can do, because that's what I'm known as right now. So here's the soother training bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press this button. Why is a zombie spawned on chicken? That's not what I'm going to do. Also, I'm going to do this just to make sure. So I take this. And now, let's do, just to show you that this is definitely real. As soon as I turn this on, this thing attacks me, so I'm going to get out of here. So this is real. So now watch what happens when I do this. I've activated my ability. So if I do the right click on him, I think, suddenly, look, not attacking me. Cool, isn't it? So basically, I can turn any hostile mob into a passive mob. Riot or something completely different. So now, watch this. Let's spawn another zombie in. Take this in here. This zombie's going to chase me, isn't it? So let's just soothe the Aizen. So these have now got two completely passive zombies. One riding on a chicken. So now that I've used this, let's just extinguish it. So what you do to do this is you press and hold down F. But I prefer to use left bracket. But if that that might not be best for most people. If you, for example, got Morph mod running or something. So now you might be wondering why why if I can only burn one, have I got all these here? This is because if Lerasium nugget. Now Lerasium nuggets are quite rare. You can find them in dungeons. Okay, let me show you. I'll move it. Go out of creative mode. Okay, I'm now in creative mode. So I'll show you. Let's see. So if I go here, Lerasium nugget here. So in order to craft this, you actually need a gold block. Not just gold, a gold block, and a nether star, which makes it extremely difficult to create. Look, because I think you have to kill a wither to get a nether star. Anyway, so if I take this block of gold, gives me 9 gold ingots, but also if I take this nether star and put it here, look, now I get a Lerasium nugget. So since I already have one, I'm just going to remove this nether star and stop the rain right now. Okay, now I've got clear weather. And now it's actually getting to night, so I'm going to hit this day button I've got over here. The reason I've got a night button will become clear soon. So anyway, yeah, when you eat a Lerasium nugget, I'm going to leave it up to you to try and spot what happens when you eat one of these. Become Mistborn. So what's happened to me now is I've become a Mistborn, which means I can feel no fear in wearing a mist cloak, which means I'm just going to take one. I'm going to show you how to make one of these. So basically, all you need is about 8 grey wool. But it doesn't actually give you much protection. But I'll show you what it does give you, which is plus 25% speed. And it's so easy to make as well. So I think I've just put it on by accident. Hang on. Yeah, so I don't need this one anymore. This extra. So now I've got this on. As you can see, look, speedy. You actually don't need multiple vials to help you. So you could do it sometimes, which is sometimes helpful, have multiple allomantic vials with different things in them. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to create an allomantic vial with all of them in it. So ignoring lead, because I'll explain the properties of lead later, I'm going to take some bronze flakes, some copper flakes. You know what, I'm gonna go through all of these and I'll get back to you once I've got all of them, okay? Okay, I've got all the ones apart from brass here because I've already put brass into the thing. So the thing about allomantic vials is you can fill it with as many as you want. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these bronze flakes. I'm gonna put, in fact, I'll take the opposite of the partner to brass in this, which is zinc, which gives you rioting. So if I take this, look, I've got both zinc and brass in that now. If I were to drink that, it would not only top up my zinc, top up my brass, but it would also top up my zinc. So what I'm going to do is you just keep doing this until all of them have been added. And you only need one of each, but it's wise to make quite a few because they don't all fill you up completely. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. So you can just take also one of each of them. apparently, and just pile them all up in here, and you've got one with all of them. So if I take that now, I've got that there. Now I've got this allomantic vial. So if you watch up there, because I'm in creative, this thing vanishes as soon as you drink it once, but because I'm in creative mode, it keeps going. So anyway, now I've got all of them filled up, I can start showing you the abilities some of these do. So I'm going to start off showing you what tin does. So let's have a look. Now I'm going to put on my tin. So you hold down F, and it brings up this wheel which has all of them. You go around, then you find the one you want, and then once it's underlined, you click it, and then that goes like that. And then some observant people may have noticed a difference already, but just show you, I'm going to hit this night button because it doesn't appear that much has happened. Look, not much has changed, and this is because when you're burning tin, it actually gives you night vision. Look. Night vision for as long as the tin's actually going. So now I'll show you what happens if I switch off the tin. It gets an awful lot darker. So let's hit the day button, turn it back up to day. Now I'm going to show you what happens if you... I should probably put in a weather button actually. Right, I'm going to do that, see you guys in a second. Okay, I'm back. I've added a sun button, which will change the weather to clear when I press it. So that means I don't have to do all that typing on the screen. So now I've got that. So now I'm going to move on to showing you what pewter does. Now that I've showed you tin. Tin is the partner metal of pewter. So, well, pewter is partner metal of tin, but it doesn't exactly do the opposite. So I'll show you. I'll show you what pewter can do. Actually, it'll best show you if I take off this mist cloak for now. So as you can see, this is me walking around. Look, I'm gonna try and jump up here, and this is me doing a bit of a run. Now look what happens if I switch on my pewter. Whoa! Hang on. Look at this. Speed and jump boost is what pewter gives me. Look at that. I'm able to jump 2 blocks easily. Look at that. So this pewter is basically increases your speed and your jumping ability. So that's very useful. Problem with pewter is, even though it's probably the most handy of the metals, it also burns out really quickly. As you can see, I've already lost quite a bit of pewter for just jumping about like this. Look. So now, let's see. Now let's move on to another metal. So now what I'm going to show you is zinc. I've already showed you what brass can do, but I haven't showed you what zinc can do. So now I'll show you that. Here, zinc is what makes a rioter of a suit misting. I'm Mistborn. I can use all of the powers. So look what happens if I do this. Spawns a perfectly ordinary chicken. Look at this. Come in, perfectly normal. All fine. Look at this. Now look what happens if I right click it with this rioter. Or maybe I have to punch it. I'm still not entirely sure on how I do it. Okay, I've punched it. Something should be happening right now. Sorry about this. Figured out the problem. That's better. Now you see the chickens become completely aggressive. So I'm going to kill these chickens to show that I haven't just spawned. I didn't just spawn in some killer chickens out this thing. I'll show you. Look, if I just do this and I come in before the rioting takes effect, see, nothing attacks me, nothing at all. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a potion of healing now. I've also got something else to show you. Look what happens. It doesn't no allomantic blue line leading to this until I throw it on the ground. Look, now there's a line leading to it, which allows me to, hang on, If I do this sucks it towards me because it's lighter than me. It sucks it towards me. This is really useful in survival mode. For example, if you've dropped your iron sword or your diamond sword, then you'll be able to bring it back to you. So now, if I just go back into creative, because what I'm going to do next is quite fall damagey. Back in creative mode, what I'm going to do is I'm going to extinguish my iron because you're burning, and then I'm going to do my steel. I'm going to start doing my steel. As you can see, it still has the blue lines, but the blue lines still lead you to sources of metal. But watch what happens if I push it. If I do this now, look. Let's move back a bit so we don't actually accidentally destroy anything. I'm going to show you what happens if I stand on this. So I'm going to stand on this thing. What it does is really cool, because basically what you can do is, look what happens if control game mode S, so I don't accidentally break. See, it catapults you actually into the air. And now do you see why I meant it was quite fall damagey? So if I grab myself a potion of healing and heal myself. So it is the right click. Oh yeah, so that makes you able to actually pull and push at the same time, look. So if I activate iron and steel, now I can distinguish between the two of them. If I want to move myself towards it, I do this, which pulls me towards it. If I don't want to, I do this, which pushes me away from it. So now if I place down some iron blocks around, I accidentally just catapulted myself. Hang on. Okay, I've put myself back in creative mode. So now that I've done, now I can just catapult myself around using this. Now, you've got to be aware when using these metals. You've got to be aware of what happens, because your metals, as you can see, there's some fire icons there, which means your metals are burning. That's how you get your power from them. They kind of, so you lose your metals over time. Now, that's the problem is pewter burns away quickest. That's the thing you've got to remember. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. That's the thing you've got to remember. Let's switch off iron and steel because I'm being distracted by the blue lines. So now, tin burns the slowest out of all of them. So it's always best to keep a few spare allomantic vials with some stuff in them, so you can refill your storages every so often. So now that's pretty much all the Allomancy mod has to offer. Oh, I did forget to tell you, actually, you've got to look for, in order to get the metals, an awful lot of them have to be mixed together. So if I show you this, actually look at this. There's only 4 ores out of the 9 of them. One of them's lead. So if I go here and move all these out of the way onto here. Oh, by the way, great combination for you to have in terms of speed is the mist cloak and pewter. You go really fast. So now let's see. So if I grab this tin ore, so when you've done this, you smelt it just like any. Actually, there's 5 of them. Just one of them still stays. Iron ore. You can still use that. So if I grab all these ingots, there's one way to transform them into lead ingots. For lead ingots, I'll just take 1 actually. I'll show you how to do it with 1 because it's the same for all of them. What you need is this and a hand grinder. I'll show you how to make a hand grinder actually by using just enough items. It doesn't mean it grinds your hands, don't worry. My friend, Penguin Blizzard, who made that mistake when I first told it to him. So it's quite expensive to make, but you only have to make it once. So you need 6 iron ingots and 3 gold nuggets, and you put them in that formation, and that gets you a hand grinder. So now, when you've got that, using the hand grinder, as you can see, if you take the tin ingot and put it in there, then you take the hand grinder and put it next to it. It gives you 2 tin flakes for every ingot that you get. So that's actually quite useful. But and look what happens when I take away the tin flakes. You do get to keep the hand grinder. That's quite useful. Now, let's take the tin flakes. I don't need the tin flakes, so I'll just destroy the items. And now that I've done that, I'll show you how to make them. Because as you can see, not all of the things are in there. Now, there's no way to get a. I think you can only find and brass ingots in like dungeons and stuff, in chests, I'm pretty sure, like maybe like in a blacksmith's. So that's pretty much the only places where you can get bronze and brass ingots. But there are ways to make them without having to search through all the chests in the world. So as you can see, if I go for bronze. So you can't make a bronze ingot, but you can make bronze flakes if you take copper flakes and tin flakes. So the copper and tin flakes make. And now another thing that's not there is steel. So what I'm going to show you is how to make steel. So as you can see, there's not even an ingot for steel. So if you take steel, you actually need iron and a lump of coal to make iron flakes and a lump of coal to make 2 steel flakes. Then there's the problem of making pewter. So you also need to, in order to make pewter flakes, I do believe you need to take, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm going to actually test this myself. I'm going to take tin flakes and lead flakes, and if I put the tin flakes here and the lead flakes here, I do believe that makes, yes, 2 pewter flakes. So yeah, it does take a lot, but once you get it, it is really useful to use. Now, what other ones are there that are hard to make? Hang on, you get zinc, brass flakes. I haven't told you how to make brass flakes actually, have I? Because I've told. So in order to get brass flakes, you get BRASS. Now, remember wondering why you use copper flakes and zinc flakes. Now, so that's pretty much all you need to know about the Allomancy mod. Now, it's really useful and it adds a lot of fun to the game. Now, my favourite thing to do is, when you get into the world, I'd suggest a good thing to do is to make yourself one of these, a mist cloak, which because it gives you plus 25 speed. It's really cheap to make in Minecraft because you only actually need grey wool, just 8 grey wool, and then you've got yourself a mist cloak. But it doesn't actually give you any armor, but it does speed you up quite a bit. So then also, I've also said before, I would recommend using both pewter and a mist cloak at the same time. Look how much that speeds you up. I mean, I just made it down that hillside quite quickly. So that is pretty much all I have to say on the subject of the Allomancy mod. Wow. So look, the moon becomes the sun when you use tin. That's pretty much it. So I'm going to end off using tin. I'm going to show you what happens when you use all of these things. There's nothing special. I've not actually tried it myself. I'm going to try activating all of these. Oops. Okay, I've activated all the metals, and wow, okay, so thanks so much for watching. I'm going to turn off my steel and iron right now. and I'm gonna leave. So I'm gonna, because the blue lines are distracting. So I'm gonna leave you with this. I've still got my tin going. So it's gonna be it would be much darker. Let's switch off my tin, and I'll show you what happens when it's pitch dark. See, much darker. So now, anyway, let's leave it off here. Thanks for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. Sorry I haven't uploaded in ages. It's just, I don't know why I haven't. But anyway, I'll leave you with a shot with me running through, jumping high, and I hope you can forgive me for not uploading for ages. Thank you so much for watching. Happy birthday if it's your birthday, and goodbye.